Hi, I'm Bill Hodges, and today we're spotlighting the newest board of director from the Sun City Center Community Association, Jerry Gibson.
Well, good morning. How are you?
Yeah, great, Jerry. And you know, since you were appointed,
Yes, sir.
you didn't go through all of the membership meetings and the opportunity for people to ask questions and learn about you, so this is our opportunity to do that.
Well, fine. I'd be glad to do that. I will start off with my name is Jerry Gibson, and I went to school in Proviso High School. That's in Maywood, right a suburb outside of Chicago.
Oh, you're not Gibson Farms over here?
No, not at all. And after graduating from high school, I joined the service, and I went in the Air Force. I was in 1957. Now I'm dating myself, but went into service and went to school for radar. I was a radar technician, intercept control technician. Was stationed in various bases and wound up in Saratoga Springs, New York. From there, they sent me to Alaska, which is 32 miles above the Arctic Circle, and 56 miles away from Russia. That's when I started losing my hair and lived there. So, settled in Saratoga Springs, went to work for General Electric.
Really?
Yes, sir. And I spent 38 years of my life at GE. Have 2 wonderful boys and 5 grandchildren that all have college education and well on their way. GE is a great place to work. What they did is, as long as I went to school and maintained a B average or better, they would pay for the course. So I would have to pay for it and I'd reimburse
And
it.
the same deal with NCR.
And I wound up being a mechanical engineer. And from there, I was a project engineer on construction jobs, and also a project manager. And I wound up in Canada, in Toronto, and we built a plant for GE in Toronto. Came back, and I wound up retiring and as a manager for GE. Some of the activities I did along the way, having 2 boys. Was into Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts and Little League, and from there we went into Pop Warner football, so spent a lot of time with young activities, young kids. Also was very involved in the Elks Lodge. I was an officer with the Elks Lodge, and then got involved with politics and school board. So I was a school board for 8 years.
You really are a glutton for punishment.
Yes, I am, and I love it. Also a volunteer fireman. I was vice president of a fire company up in New York, and enjoyed that.
So volunteerism is really something that you grew up with.
I've always done. Yeah, I enjoy it. Now I'm going to tell you a cute story. When I was in Chicago, my father was a fireman, and we used to go to a small town in Wisconsin called Sister Bay, and I met this young lady, and when she was 17 years old, and we fell for each other, and we went together for quite a while. She went to the University of Wisconsin, and I was in the Air Force, and we'd go back and forth. And then when I came home at Christmas, I gave her an engagement ring. 9 months later, she sent the ring back. Gave me a Dear John. But the crux of this story is that years later, after I retired, I was divorced. Not a very good marriage we had. And this young lady found me on classmates.com.
Really?
Yes, sir. And
Did you want the ring back?
I still have the ring. So we've been together down here in Sun City, where she retired from the VA hospital, and that's how I came to Sun City Center. And it's been a wonderful 13 years that we've been together. And I just thought I'd add that little clip because a lot of people know us. And
Well, I think it's important. That's one of the reasons why you're here, is for people to get to know you a little bit. I'm interested, you know, there's an old saying that when a student is ready, the teacher will appear.
Yeah.
And obviously, with your construction background, we may not be the student as far as the association is concerned, but with all your background, you add a dimension to the board that we maybe didn't have.
Well, let's see, coming to Sun City, got involved in quite a few of the acts. I was in the patrol and, you know, various things, and involved in the church, and I still am involved I'm a trustee of a church. And
Which church is that?
That is the Lutheran Church down in the
Lutheran Church.
parish.
Okay.
Also very involved in golf, and a lot of people know that. I've run golf leagues and golf.
That's what I was
outings,
told.
and yes.
Yeah, I had an expertise
From
in
Kings
golf
Point.
also, which
Kings
is good
Point.
for us right now also, and because of the golf courses and things going on with the golf
Well,
courses.
I worked on a Renaissance golf course, part-timer for quite a while for Club Link and WCI, so I've been around for a while. From there, what I did is I started giving communion to the shut-ins here in Sun City. And that was a moving experience for me, truly.
I bet.
From there, we went, my wife and I started bringing Meals on Wheels to the people in the houses that are very lonesome, don't have very much. That was extremely moving. And that's another reason why I like to volunteer. I like to see what I can do to help the population in Sun City that are needy and are lonesome and need some help.
I remember my first exposure with Meals on Wheels was when I owned a condo down in Naples, and I was in my 40s. And one of the ladies there was 74, Margot. And she was out giving Meals on Wheels to old people. And to me, I'm thinking, 74, and out there doing that. Somehow or another, 74 doesn't sound that old anymore. So it's a wonderful thing that you do that along with this. What made you decide that you actually wanted to be on the board of directors? I think you maybe indicated even last time.
I did.
You'd like to be on the board.
last time there was an appointment, I applied, and from what I understand, I was a candidate. They picked somebody else, which is fine. But this time I was fortunate enough to get this position, and I've been looking forward to this for probably 3 years now. So
You realize you have no personal life at this point, correct?
no, I don't. I've already found out.
The phone will ring constantly.
Right.
No matter where you go, to the gym, out to lunch, wherever, people are going to come up to you and say, hey, look, just 1 minute, one quick question, and I'll let you go. And it'll end up being an hour.
That's correct. I've already got some email. This is new.
And by the way, we will give you Jerry's contact information at the end of this video, or during it, we'll put it up. So that when you need to get a hold of Jerry, you can either call through the Community Association office or the number that we'll show you on the screen, and the email address we show you on the screen. So we won't have to worry about giving that out right now, but we will do that as we put it together.
Okay. One thing I was looking forward to is the beautification program that they have in Sun City. I think that's extremely important with the new people coming in and checking into purchasing new homes in Sun City. So I'd like to concentrate a little bit on that, and also the campus here, because the campus is a showplace. And so that's where I'm at. I'm into people. I'm a people person. You know, I enjoy people immensely, and everybody will tell you that. And with that, I think I'd like to close with a little story, if you don't mind.
Please go ahead.
When we first came to Sun City, my wife asked me if I know how to play golf. And I said I knew how to play a little bit. At that time, I was a pretty good golfer. And we were playing
Sandbagging a little bit, huh?
I didn't want to know that. But we were playing the sandpiper course. And it's a ladies course. And there was 3 gentlemen behind us that hit the ball into my wife, and I had to show her that I was still a macho guy. So I said, gee, I really don't like that, and that's not very good etiquette. So in the next hole, they did the same thing. In the 9th hole, I said, all right, get in the cart. So I took the golf ball, and I went and I said, please, please, don't ever do this again, because you'll never see this golf ball see sunshine again. And with that, as we were driving away, my wife said, "Do you have any idea who that is?" I said, "No, and I really don't care." She said, "That's the pastor of my church." So that's how I was introduced to Sun City.
Well, I think we're all going to be the better for it. And one last thing, so
Yes.
many times when we have our elections, the people running are single issue people who are only interested in one issue. When that issue's gone, they don't care anymore. One of the things I learned in doing the interview with Ernie and with Marilyn when they were appointed is they weren't single issue. They really cared about the entire community, and I'm getting that same thing from you.
Absolutely. I don't have an issue at all. I'm here, I want to just learn. I want to spend time just learning and listening, and then put in my own 2 cents after what I see. So.
Well, Jerry Gibson,
Well, thank you
thank you so much for being, ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Gibson, our newest director of the Sun City Center Community Association. And we're looking forward to seeing you be very prosperous and not be bothered too much at lunch.
Okay, thank you very
Thanks
much.
for watching the Spotlight with us. We'll have this up and you can share it with your friends and people around the country, because I think this is a great community and we have to show them the kind of leadership we have. And again, Jerry, thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.